Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pop. This video tutorial in Ubuntu Basics shows you how you can add an overflow box to an existing epub. I have got the main Calibre screen open, and I will be using the Calibre book reading viewer and also the Calibre editor, and I will be demonstrating this with two books, this one here and this one here. Let's screen right and I'll show you the editor that shows an overflow box in action, and you can see what it looks like. It's a blue frame with rounded corners, and I will now screen right again to go to the viewer itself, and it's the same thing, and you can do this inside of any epub. Now I have it half screen, and notice that this goes full width and half screen down, but if I reconfigure the viewer to go full screen, it's still full width and half screen down. And no matter what size or configuration your viewer is, it's always going to be half down, full wide. I'll demonstrate that by making it goofy or really narrow. And the instruction is built in to go full width, half height. So let's go over to the editor again and look at it. It's this one line, and you put in this one line, and I made a snippet to put that one line in. Let's zoom in on it just a bit to look at it more completely. The snippet is very easy because all it says is left angle div style equal quote overflow. This is imposing. It says X and auto. It could say X and scroll, and that would put a slider on the bottom also, but this one just puts a slider down the right side. Semicolon. Width is auto. Height is half of the viewing screen height. Well, the width is auto, and the frame says it's going to be max. It's the full width of the screen. I have that in my CSS file. You control that with the frame size. The NB up here, that's no break. I put that in the CSS to say to put this whole overflow box at the top of the screen. Well, I'm now going to, just for the grins of it, go down, and I have another book with another example. This one is 30% height. Again, it's full width. Let's go over to it, and you can see that it does not take up as much vertical space. If I go full screen, it's still 1/3. If you go half screen, it takes more sliding to get the whole letter. Now let's go back to it, and I'll go down a screen to the next example. This one is again 50%. Nothing is different. It's just another example, virtually the same. But when I go down one more time, this one is half a screen wide. And here I said the width is the full width of the viewing screen. However, I made the frame half width. You can configure this in many different ways. Let's go over and look at the example here. It's half and half. No matter what I do, it's half a screen wide, it's half a screen high. Now, I told you I put this in as a snippet, so I'm going to now screen down to some area where I can goof with this book, and I'm going to put in another one, and I'll put it in right here. Let's put in a table. Now, I have not in my series of epubs shown how yet to make tables, and I will do that at another time, but it is now necessary to invoke a table. And I have a whole bunch of snippets with different tables in them. Down here you can see I've got T1, T2, T3, T4. This one right here is going to be a T10 autoflow. Close this. And I'm going to put in T10, Ctrl J, and it puts in this nonsense table. And you'll notice it's got a slider here, and it's also got a slider here. I just put in the word data over and over and over again. You can also put in an overflow with a picture. If you put in a picture, it could be a map, and the map would allow you to go back and forth like this to localize wherever you want to be. Let me go to the top of this table, and I'm going to show you something different about it. It has, instead of the word auto, it's got the word scroll right here, and that puts in the horizontal bottom slider. You can do many different things with this. It's an enhancement. It's unnecessary, but it looks nice, and in some instances you might want to put it in an epub. I would use them rather sparingly. I don't intend to even use these as shown in this video because I think it's gaudy and overdone. There's another thing to worry about. The epub reader that you use may not be able to display this at all. Your results may vary. If you're reading on a phone and you're using this particular epub reader or that particular epub reader, it may not work at all. My name is Pup, and I have a whole bunch of videos on YouTube, and I'm currently doing a series on calibre epubs, and if you enjoyed this, and I hope you do, thank you very much.